Infinity Sound Popcast.
Do you feel like this is your prime right now? Or do you feel like you've already hit a couple primes and this is a new level?
I feel like this is like, for lack of a better word, this is like a new division of my empire. You know what I'm saying?
That's hard.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a new division. I've done so many different things in the entertainment space, right? I work with artists that I haven't done music with yet, but I work with them in some capacity. Like, for example, like A Boogie and Don Q, right? We got a whole short film series that we started. You know what I'm saying? And we haven't done any music yet. You know, I got stuff with 50. I got stuff with like Uncle Murder. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of different. Yeah, and we haven't done music yet.
Got you.
I've done creative direction for music videos.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For Fab, for Migos, for Rick Ross, for Nick Grant. You know what I'm saying? A lot of different people. So
okay.
Yeah,
it's wide.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that came from me learning that you got to provide value in every room that you step into. You know what I'm saying? And
that's what I felt.
Yeah.
That's what I felt from talking to you the first time. It was like, I feel like you just have so much insight. You know?
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have so much insight. Well, the first time that we talked about a bunch of things, you know? And that's why we wanted to have you on the podcast, bro, because we felt like you're really in that space right now. Well, I especially love this podcasting thing that's going on now, because I feel like now your voice gets spread, not just in that room, but just to many people in different rooms at the touch of their, you know, you know what I'm saying?
Right at their fingertips.
Yeah, right at their fingertips, whenever, on demand. And so, you know, you don't have to, like, you know, being in a room with Rushdee, man, like, you know, there's a lot to learn here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I know a little song.
Yeah, yeah. Like you were just telling me.
What Jay-Z say? I ain't passed the ball, but I know a little bit. I know a little.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, speaking of Jay, I just saw that his, Reasonable Doubt was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame, which is
understandable and well deserved.
Yeah. It's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge.
I feel like Reasonable Doubt is definitely one of those projects that it was at the intersection of a change in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, you know, hip hop culture has always had like an infatuation with like the mafia. You know what I'm saying? And the mafioso persona, right?
Sure.
And I think that Jay really in a lot of aspects he embodied that. You know what I'm saying? Even like when you look at like the album cover. You know what I'm saying? So it was like
legendary.
Yeah, legendary. That's the best way to sum it up.
Legendary. Yeah. Are you from up north?
Well, I'm from Michigan.
Okay.
So it's like Midwest.
Got you.
Some people call it up north. But
I would call it.
Yeah.
Then would you did you work in New York?
So New York was like my second home. You know what I'm saying? But I was more so always in Michigan. You know what I'm saying? I just, myself, right? Like Jay is like, that's my number one favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? So New York inherited me.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? I was just like the cousin that came over to stay the night. Yeah. I just always kept popping up.
I just saw a video of just kind of like a little subway interview, and then the guy was interviewing him just like on his phone. Yeah. And he was like, so if I've been living here for 10 plus years, am I a New Yorker? He was like, fuck no. He was like New York people just take that shit so serious. Yeah. But yeah, it's like I dig it. You know, you're. He was like, well, I'm from Egypt, but I've been here for so long. He's like, nope, you're still not in New York. Your son is he was born here, but you're not in New York.
That's why I'm reluctant to really talk a lot about my New York journey.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm obviously proud of where I'm from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, I know how New Yorkers are.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's very territorial.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, it's my second home. It's been a second home to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I still got a place out there and everything.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Word. Yeah. I lived in when I first migrated from Colombia. I was born in Colombia.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was born in Colombia.
Word.
And we came here when I was like 6.
Okay.
And so my family was in New York. So I stayed out there for a few years. I was in Queens and Brooklyn.
Okay.
And I loved it. I always felt like I was gonna go back. But I don't know. I don't know anymore. It's just too.
I mean, you know,
it's too different.
Atlanta's the best. That's why.
The world is your playground.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So wherever you go.
I used to work with an artist. Rest in peace, my boy Lagarda. He used to say that he never wanted to have an attachment to places. You know, and I mean, hey, that's a very like artistic way of seeing things, right?
Yeah.
But I think when you do establish yourself in a place, I mean, it has its benefits too, right? Especially like us owning the studio and stuff like that. I mean, you kind of have to be here, but I definitely want to always keep that in mind to like never be attached to like one certain place. Even though Atlanta's home and I love Atlanta, but like I definitely want to be able to, you know, have a place out in New York if I want to, or have a place out in LA or Colombia or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
How long have you been in Atlanta?
It's like 3 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm still fresh. I'm still new.
Damn.
Yeah, you still can't claim Atlanta. Atlanta does have a 10-year policy, for sure.
I mean, you know, with all
Wow.
due respect, I don't want to claim it, you know? I feel like,
You're just visiting.
you know.
Maybe
I
not.
mean, no, I definitely plan on this being a long stay. You know what I'm saying? I want to be here for a while. But at the same time, you know, like your boy said, you know, rest in peace is like, you know, the world is your playground. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be able to go wherever wherever my freedom takes me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, who knows? Hey, it might be in Iceland.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It might be in Iceland one year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of my philosophy on things as well, is, you know, just go wherever your freedom takes you.
Yeah. What about your second? Did you say this is your second division?
Nah, I'll just say it's one of my divisions.
One of your divisions.
Yeah.
What about this division like excites you the most?
So I've graduated past chasing placements and wanting to work with big artists, because at this point a lot of big artists and big producers are my peers. You know what I'm saying? So now where I'm at, I want to develop my own stars. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be able to find talent and develop them, and I want them to be the next, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Taylor Swift, you know what I'm saying? Or Future, you know what I'm saying? Or Becky G or Bruno Mars. Like that's what I want to do. You know?
So not tied to any genre.
Nah,
Okay.
not tied to no genre.
Yeah, and like what does your day look like for, you know, to feed that kind of goal? Like what does it take? What does it take?
So I'm gonna tell you a story, right? And I've told this story a couple times, but it's just so important to me, especially leading into your answer. So before Nipsey passed away, right? Rest in peace. We were working on his next album after the Victory Lap. This was his follow-up. And we was working every single day. And it was to the point where I got annoyed because he would hit me every single day about working on this album, right? And every day, yo, top of the top, send me another pack. And I got annoyed because it's like, yo, how did you elect me to be like your personal producer? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, respectfully, I'm working on a bunch of other projects right now.
Okay.
So I just kept sending them. And then a weekend came. It was like a Thursday, and I went out of town to Chicago. I didn't hear from him Thursday. I didn't hear from him Friday. I didn't hear from him Saturday. And I remember saying like, yo, it feels like I'm on vacation. Nipsey ain't hit me, you know what I'm saying, in 3 days. And then that's when I found out that him and DJ Khaled was shooting the video Higher. So I hit him. I'm like, yo, you know, I see you working, blah, blah, blah. You know, we had a conversation that, you know, I'll share at some point in my journey. We had a conversation, and he passed the next day. Like, literally the next day. Yeah, so
wow.
For like a year,
Okay.
I couldn't listen to his music. Like, just hearing his music, you know what I'm saying, was like, I just couldn't do it. Just because Nipsey meant more, he was more than just an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, just culturally, Nipsey meant a lot to, you know, to our culture, right? Our hip-hop culture, and just the path that he was on, you know, he was feeding us knowledge. And for a lot of us, the news is non-existent, right? So sometimes music is the only way that you get the news. Sometimes that's the only way you find out what's going on. Sometimes
in the
that's
world.
Right. The only way you find out what you should be doing. You know what I'm saying? So Nipsey was a lot of things to us, right? So just in general, I couldn't listen to any of his music. So a year goes by, and one day it dawned on me. Good enough and enough. In order to succeed, you truly have to give 150%. You can't give 100%. You know what I'm saying? So the people that's only giving 80%, they like, oh, I'm at 80%, I'm doing good. That's not good enough. The people that's doing 100%, that's not good enough. And what I took from that is like, you know what? Nipsey was so comfortable operating at 150%, and I wasn't. I was comfortable. I'm like, yo, I'm giving 100%. Like, what more do you want? You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like I had a good stride going. And then I realized you got to give 150%. So to answer your question, what it looks like is giving 150%. If you truly want to succeed, you got to give 150%. It's people working 6 times harder than Drake that's not as successful as one Drake. So what that tell you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to give 150%. And that's the minimum.
Right.
The minimum is 150%.
So what does that mean for Rushdee? What is that? Is that like being in the studio every day?
That's being in the studio every day. That's being in an environment. That's not only creating when you have a project, but just keeping your creative your creative vault open. You know what I'm saying? And just constantly working, constantly creating, constantly figuring out what might be the next sound, figuring out who might be the next artist, figuring out what engineers might be the next best engineers, because I'm somebody that believes that engineers deserve way more credit than what they get. You think about what Wayne and K. Think about what the stutter, you know, the you know what I'm saying? That took over for like 10 years.
Right.
Wayne didn't say do that. I don't think. You know what I'm saying? That was with KY.
Yeah.
You know?
Probably.
Yeah. Like Wayne didn't say do that. So it's like I feel like engineers are like, they're the ones that truly dictate the sound. So it looks like all of those things of just knowing. You got to have an IQ for it. You know what I'm saying? The same way Kobe would go out there, he can see the whole floor. The same way that LeBron go out there, he see the whole floor, and he can see it. So you really got to have an IQ. So it looks like all of those things. It looks like studying. It looks like hell, even studying psychology. You got to study psychology.
Right.
You got to know how to play Monopoly. You know what I'm saying? You got to know what relationships mean something, which relationships to feed,
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you may not, like I said, I've done work with artists that I haven't done music with. You feel me? But now at any moment I can go back because I fed that relationship. You feel me? So it looks like everything. That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
Non-stop work.
It seems to me that you're just constantly looking for talent. Like something like that. Like in talent in all of the different areas, right?
Yeah.
And like you said, like the engineer, to the producers, to the artists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I feel like, let me put on my producer hat for a second. I feel like the difference between a producer and a beat maker is their ability to A&R.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you always got to be looking for talent.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel about the whole thing too, because, you know, I've done some production stuff, mainly in the Latin side of things.
Mm-hmm.
But it's never been, you know, much of like actual beat making and programming, whereas it is being like wrangling all of the pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And those are my favorite producers, you know, like the Rick Rubins, you know, and so
shout out to Rick Rubin.
There's like a way of producing, you know, without being a beat maker.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's like producing a product in of itself, whether it is artist development, you know, or whether it is
you're the maestro.
Like, yeah, exactly.
You're the executive producer.
Being a director.
Yeah, being a director.
You know, directing. Because sometimes I even feel like I fall into some sort of like managerial kind of position, and I have to make it known to the artist and be like, yo, just so you know, I'm just acting as your manager, but we still need to find you a manager. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, what do you think is like a challenge for artists and people just trying to, you know, like what you said, like six people trying to be a Drake, but they don't make up that one thing.
You know what's a challenge? Them getting over the urge to simply be heard. Everybody just wants to be heard. Not everybody, but artists these days, they just want to be heard. You'd be surprised at how many people come up to me and they're like, yo, can you listen to my song? And it's like, and then what? Like, what is your expectation? Do you want me to walk you into the label tomorrow? They don't even know. Do you want me to produce a record for you? I just want you to listen to it. And then what? So I started asking people that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Rush, can you listen to my music? And then what? I don't know. Well, tell me, what do you think I can do for you? I mean, you know, you in the music industry. Yeah, I know, but what is your expectation? Let me let you know if I can even meet that expectation. Because if your expectation is for me to walk you into Def Jam or Universal or Republic, you know what I'm saying, or Atlantic, like, let me know now so I can tell you that, like, yo, it's going to take a lot more than me just listening to your music.
Right.
You know, so they got to get over that. And they have to get past that and understand the importance in building a fan base. And everybody wants to skip where they at and go to like the most popping city or state, and they think that that's the key to success, and it's really not. Because if you can't be if you can't be Future in your city, you're gonna have a hard time trying to be Future in Future City.
That is a super bar.
That's a super bar. I gotta pat myself on the back for that. I just came up with that. Be genius. But now, yeah, you know, like, take advantage of where you at. You feel me? Like, take advantage of that. They gotta get over. They gotta get past that, and to that point, they gotta get past the. This is not a sword swinging contest. So I see a lot of rappers. They want to impress the other rappers. Why? You know what I'm saying? Why you want to do that? That's crazy to me. Like, sometimes I get online and I see an artist tagging like 100 other artists. Why are you doing that? What is your purpose in tagging? Oh, I think I'm gonna be able to take their fans. Well, they don't even got the fans that you think because they not even paying attention to the fans. So
That's a terrible strategy.
horrible strategy. And I remember saying that, and people thought that I was just being so negative and pessimistic. And I'm like, nah, listen, y'all gotta understand. You
It
know,
just
like
don't even look sexy. Nothing.
it don't even nothing about it. You gotta. People don't even understand how hard it is to get 100 fans.
Mm-hmm.
If you can get 100 people to your show, yo, you kind of lit.
Right.
You kind of lit.
Yeah.
100 people,
Right.
man, they don't even got 100 fans. So it's a lot of things that they got to get over. Those being some of them that's in that.
That's a really good highlight. Sorry to interrupt you. I just that is, as an engineer, it's always been, man, I just need them to hear my music. That is the one sentence that I've heard, like, because my clientele was always super indie for a long time. Well, as I learned the game as well, and it was like, man, I just need them to hear my music, and they gonna want to invest in me, or that was always for whatever reasoning that is. Well, and everybody thinks they're something they're not, or more special than they are or not. But yeah, good. That's a really good highlight for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, right? In addition to what Esco just said, right? Who is your favorite artist of all time? Number one.
Biggie.
Okay. Number one of all time.
Number one. All time.
Okay. For how long?
Since as long as I know, like, hip hop. So it's not as long as, most people, but not growing up in the culture for real, growing up listening to salsa, merengue, all of that stuff, got in the bag. But for how long? I'd say, the better part of 15 years. So half my life.
Okay. Have you thus far?
Right. Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
Half of you thus far.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Great catch.
Yeah. So all right. Has there been anybody in 15 years that has made you like them more than Biggie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, what do you mean? I mean,
that's interesting because you say he's your number one.
Well, more than Biggie.
Yeah.
More than Biggie. If we focus on that, I mean,
has anybody came and took his spot rather from you?
No.
With you? Nobody.
No.
Nobody.
No.
Okay. And we got the Drakes, we got the Lil Waynes, we got the Jay-Z's, we got the, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
The Kendrick Lamars.
And other amazing artists too, like outside of hip hop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like legendary shit. But they still don't take that place.
Okay. So now with that being said, right, this is where I'm going with this. What is just being heard when I already have my number one favorite artist in the world?
Mm-hmm.
The only thing you can impress me with is your drive, your business acumen, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And your level of coachability. You feel me?
Right. Yeah.
That's it. You want to be heard. I'm looking past like yo, you not my Biggie. Nobody has been able to come and be. Nobody has came and took Biggie's spot. You are wasting your time just wanting to be heard.
Right.
You wasting your time, especially when you aspire to reach people that operate at a high level, because now it's business. We want to hear the hit. We're the hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You want to just be heard. Where's the hit? And what I mean by hit is hit songs aren't made, they're marketed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can impress me with your marketing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, like think about what Doja Cat did with like, can we cuss on here?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So you remember with the bitch I'm a cow, you know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't our favorite shit. But she did a great job. And when she did that, guess what happened? Everybody tuned in. And then we seen that she's amazingly talented. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, to add to what Esco said, like, y'all just want to be heard, bro. And it's so much more than that. It's so much more than just wanting to be heard. You gotta keep, like, it's...
You gotta think deeper.
Yeah.
You gotta think deeper. That's something that here in Atlanta, we've been trying to head up the Latin side of things,
Mhm.
you know, as you know, and
Mhm.
that's the one thing that I'm kind of adamant about is like we need hits.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like Atlanta Latin music scene needs a hit
Yeah.
because we have yet to have one.
Yeah.
Nobody out of Atlanta has popped off with a hit that's like global. You know what I mean? Meaning like from here, like Latin and from here.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
Because you know
Okay.
we got ATO Jacob with the
With
the
the-
fade joint
the Luna
going.
joint.
What?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
You know what?
Slight flex.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
right.
what's crazy is he just won Billboard crossover Latin Artist of the Year
That's crazy.
because of that record.
Yeah,
So
rightfully so.
He
Yeah,
beat like
super
Rima.
crossover.
Like Rima was on that list.
Wow.
Cardi B was on that list. I think Marshmello.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Heavy hitters.
It's a jam, bro. It's
Yeah.
a jam. Do you have any cool stories on Luna and how that came about?
So I'll say that you know we was actually in the studio, so this wasn't like a, you know, it
Send a
wasn't,
beat.
Yeah, it wasn't like a send a beat type of thing. Like I think we were in Miami for, I think the BMI Awards. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to BMI, man. We love a lot of great people over there. We love BMI. I think we was out there for the BMI Awards, and everybody was just working there. You know, they came together. The session was set up, and we was only there for like a weekend. Yeah, so it was it was a moment, right? And I think sometimes people they think that there's like a big story behind certain things. And sometimes it's like, yo, when you just operating at that 150%, man, you don't even know when you making a hit. Sometimes you just like, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Y'all just do some stuff and it's like, next thing you know, it just turns into something. Like my first platinum plaque, right? It came from, shout out to Jordan. It came from Let It All Work Out, you know, Lil Wayne. And that came out in 2018. And that just now got a resurgence, and it's like,
Who is the sample on that?
that's Sampha.
I thought it was Sampha.
Yeah.
It sounds so good.
Yeah.
It sounds so good. So you sampled him on there?
So Jordan actually sampled Sampha on there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
you.
It was his idea to sample Sampha on there.
Word.
Yeah, so, but that just now got a resurgence.
Did it?
You know what I'm saying? And before that, I think Wayne had that record in like 2014.
Mm.
It didn't get released until like 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And now here we are in 2025, and it's like you can't get online without hearing the song.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It could, actually, you know, like when you hear it, it almost feels like what we're going through right now.
Yeah.
Like, let it all work out, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It just feels like, it feels proper. It just feels
Yeah.
proper. Like I'm going to be banging that after we get out of here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Cause it's just, yeah. So yeah, it's really cool to see the Luna thing happen for ATL Jacob. Cause he's like, one anecdote that I have from being around ATL Jacob was his really like curious spirit
Yeah.
as he walks into a room.
Yeah.
So I just always remember him multiple times to be like, "Hey, what y'all doing? Oh, y'all playing beats? Can I play a beat?" You know, it's just like that little like energy where it's like, "Who is this kid? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool, sure." And then he plays a fucking banger. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then that's it. It's history.
Yeah, Jacob
know?
is still like that.
Yeah.
He's very
that.
inquisitive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was like our first, that's what really made me really, really, really believe in Jacob. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we were in Miami when we first met, And just a lot of mutual peers kept on telling us like, yo, you got to meet ATL Jacob. You know what I'm saying? So one person would introduce us. Yo, what's good? You know what I'm saying? Then we be somewhere else that weekend. Somebody else would be like, yo, y'all got to meet. Somebody else would introduce us. And then we go somewhere else. Yo, y'all got to meet. So it was just, it was funny. Cause
that's like it was meant to be then.
Yeah. So then lastly, we went to this, I went to this, it was a private, it might have been like 15 people in there. It was at the Soho House in Miami. But I went there with Jack Dan. Shout out to Jack Dan's my boy. I went there. Well, we went there, and Jacob was there. And they're like, yo, oh my God, you guys have to meet. Fresh meet ATL Jacob. I think at that point we had met so many times that weekend. So it was just like, I'm like, yo, what's up? I'm ATL Jacob. Be like, what's good? I'm Rushdee. You know what I'm saying?
That's good. And
I didn't know that Jacob was an artist.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just started playing his music. Like, yo, I want to play some music for you. I'm like, all right. And he just started playing his music. And I'm like, oh, you an artist too. Like, you a real artist too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but just that inquisitive spirit, to me, that was like, you know, that's what like really drew me to him. Like, yo, like, this is that inquisitive, you know, childlike genius spirit.
Yeah.
That, you know what I'm saying, that all of our legends embody.
Yeah.
And it takes them to that next level. You know what I'm saying? You look at, just, you can name plenty. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of people.
Very little ego there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And just like,
yeah.
You know, just seeing him in certain, like, being like, oh, I just saw how he did some hats. Hold on, let me try that. You know, and it's just like, no ego, not being like, why do my hats better? You know, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, there's really taking that to the next level.
Yeah.
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 One thing here in Atlanta that I really want to like push for, man, and maybe you could help me out with this, is like,
I got you. Ain't no maybe. I got you. Whatever it is.
Oh, okay, man, appreciate it. like how to get the people to think on that level, of like, man, like the marketing got to be right.
Mm-hmm.
The you know, the whole rollout, everything, you know. So like, what are your thoughts on stuff like that?
So fortunately and unfortunately, seeing is believing. You know what I'm saying? So have you ever heard like what they say, the quickest way to change the world is by doing what? Have you heard this before?
No.
Have you heard it, Esco? By changing your damn self. You know what I'm saying? If it's a room full of, if it's 100 people in a room, and if everybody changes themselves, now you got a room full of changed people.
The whole world changed.
The whole world changed. The whole room changed.
In an instant, but yeah.
Yeah, in an instant. So I think the reason why I say fortunately is because it's already what you're doing. You already showing them these things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they seeing it, right? And I say unfortunately because it will make it so much easier if people independently started learning some shit they damn self. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Taking the time to like really put in the 10,000 hours, like we say.
Because I made sacrifices. You made sacrifices. Esco made sacrifices. We all made sacrifices. So it's like, as much as I love teaching people, it's like, yo, make it easy for me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
be coachable.
Be coachable. Like, go to the rim. Let me throw you an alley-oop. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, you want me to just put you in a game. It's like, yo, but if the coach don't think that you belong in the game, there's nothing I can do. Right? Impress the coach. Get out there and get some buckets. And now if you want me to pass you the ball, go by the rim. Kobe, you know what Kobe said? They asked him, they was like, yo, so what do you say about people saying that you don't pass the ball? He was like, I don't. And they said, well, why? And it was so simple. He said, because I don't see them at practice.
Damn.
Simple. He said, I don't see them at practice. I'm not passing you the ball because when I'm in practice, 4 times a day. I don't see you there. I don't trust you. You know what I'm saying? So, to answer your question, I can be long-winded.
No, please.
But,
Best podcast
please.
ever.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, you got to be coachable. And I think the way that we collectively are going to show them these things are by us leading by example, by us doing what we're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Talking about it, putting it out there. And I believe that the right people are going to gravitate towards it. And I'm going to give you a harsh reality.
That's good.
Everybody ain't going to make it. Everybody is not going to make it.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty
just the
simple.
truth. Yeah. Everybody is not going to make it. So,
yeah.
you know, the people that's meant to pick it up, they're going to pick it up.
Sure. You know, we've been having these networking events geared towards finding Latin talent in the city. And so we called it Plug and Play, where it's just basically, you know, simple as that. Come, plug up your phone or your device and play your music. And so we've had 2 so far, really successful ones, because, you know, our goal was to have just at least 100 people.
Okay.
You know, and it's like kind of like that fan base thing.
Yeah.
It was like, cool, we got 100 people to pop out. And so people play their music, and we just created such a community of people that have probably heard of each other and like working and putting out maybe a video or some music or whatever. But now people are like really collaborating, like from producers. Some people are just like, even like the songwriter thing isn't a thing yet, but it's like I see it popping out here and there. Like, yo, like somebody would show me a song and they'd be like, yo, such as this other guy wrote this hook. I was like, oh, okay. So you're doing his hook. Like, it's so like basic, but it's something that just the infrastructure isn't there yet. And so that's what me and Esco are just bursting every cell in our brain to just goddamn just do this thing and show people the way. Well, being that we were able to be in rooms where there is infrastructure, where there is you know, organization and like that, you know, people thinking with their third brain, you know, and so we were able to soak up all of that knowledge, and now we just like, here, you know, just give it away.
Yeah, because the general history is that like anybody that's come before us that are Latinos, they've done exactly all the same things, made it to a great place, maybe even win a Grammy, but the only recourse at the time was, okay, got to go to Miami now, or you know, or out of the country. And so nobody's actually turned around, you know, and go, nope, we're gonna stay in Atlanta and we're gonna build here, and then we're gonna go, you know. So same to your kind of stories, like, yo, I see myself in Atlanta for a while, I'm gonna keep working here, but obviously you're traveling back and forth to wherever you need to go. And so that's kind of how me and Brian saw our divisions working. When actually we did take a trip to Miami and go like, yeah, we gotta go home and work for a while before we get to Miami, you know, and provide value at that. So the plug and plays are the first position of, okay, how do we turn around and provide something for the people here in community here, and that's like the bigger grand scheme. But really, it's like, who's out here? Who do we know? Can we get a roster going? And that's how the plug and play started. So the next one's March 15th. So yeah, it'll be a tree.
So Paul, shout out to Paul. So Paul actually invited me.
Shout out to Paul.
Yeah, to that one.
Nice.
Coming too.
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, and you know, Esco invited me to the one previously. So I want to say this. I'm doing something, and I want to help you guys complete this mission, right? And I think that what I'm in the process of doing, I think could really benefit your mission. So I just started a series, right? It's called Hide the Aux.
Oh, wow.
So instead of Pass the Aux, I have Hide the Aux.
Okay.
And you know what that's about? I feel like, again, artists want to be heard so bad. but nobody's connecting with each other. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's meeting people that do digital marketing. A lot of people don't even have attorneys, right? So I'm gonna be doing different series and events. I think that we should come together and do something with Hide the Aux, where it's like, it could be, hey, Hide the Aux Latin. You know what I'm saying?
Easy.
And I call my people over at BMI, call my people over at Sony, you know what I'm saying? And say, yo, listen, for all of your clients who feel like they can only go to Miami or Colombia or Mexico, wherever, to work, I'm doing this event. Tell them all to come here. You know what I'm saying?
That's fire. That's fire.
And then we just put everybody in a room together. You know what I'm saying? And you cannot play music.
Right.
Oh, the only person playing music is the DJ to keep the vibe going.
Right.
You are prohibited to play music. You cannot play music at all. Network. Put a name tag on. Walk around, meet each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then that's really where it starts. So.
Man, that's really cool.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm extending that to you. I want to do that
Thanks
with
so
you.
much. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
We in there. Let's do it.
Yeah.
That's easy. Are you gonna do the first one in the American market?
Hey, you know what?
Or we do the first one in the Latino market?
Hey,
What's up?
Listen. Hey.
It happened. You saw it right here. History right now.
Nah,
in the
listen,
making.
Listen.
We're gonna call it Esconde el Ox.
Esconde Aux.
Everything in Spanish is like esconde el auxiliar.
Everything sounds corny as hell in Spanish.
Everything's like un sabro gigante.
Yeah. Hey, listen. If y'all serious, let's put that together.
Big word.
Yeah.
Maybe the first one should be Esconde.
Or maybe, yeah. Or maybe there's we also talk about having like a plug and play Afro, where it's like just the same thing, but just geared towards bringing the Afro community, the Afro beats community,
Yeah.
the I'm a piano, you know what I'm saying? Like come through, network, do the same thing that we're doing for the Latin side of things. Because there's a pretty big Afro community here in Atlanta.
Really big.
Yeah.
It's pretty big, but it's the same thing with that we see in the Latin side of things, where it's like it's too spread out. It's
because they don't know.
Because they don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know
That's
that there's a hub.
Yeah, we got to bring them together. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now they talking to they reps at they publishing companies and all of that. Like, so they here. Everybody don't live in Miami. They here.
Exactly.
They just gotta know. They rep over at BMI gotta say, yo, listen, it's an event going on over at Tree Sound Studio or Secret Sound Studio. You know what I'm saying? Like, come over there. Like, it's gonna be a lot of people. We inviting all of our Latin community, whether you're a writer, an artist, whoever. They just gotta know.
Exactly.
So that's what we gonna do. We gonna make sure that they know.
Oh, that's gonna be heavy, bro.
Yeah.
That's gonna be, and it's gonna be easy.
We in there.
Sometimes it feels so hard, bro, to like put on these events because we're not events guys, and it feels like such an uphill battle every time, and he deals with all my huffing and puffing as
events wise.
But then like the night happens and it's
He said event wise.
Yeah, event wise. I don't complain every day about everything. You made it look like or he don't complain about it.
No, I complain a lot. This shit sucks. This shit sucks over here. Fuck this music shit, man.
The New Yorker in me went to like the pause. I thought you was gonna be like, yo, pause.
Yeah.
Shout out to New York.
We have a friend that as soon as he walks in the building, shout out Javon, man. As soon as it's like, here we go. Everything is, hey yo. Everything is.
Nah. You should have heard the one he hit the other day. He went. That was it. That was like, all right, bro, that's enough. You could just feel it. He goes, stupid. It's enough.
But then the night is over, and then it feels amazing to have connected so many people that would normally not be at Tree Sound. Even be able to set foot in there,
Yeah.
And so, it's like, it's huge. It's huge.
Yeah.
The energies are really dope. But I think that's something that's really cool that, we always want to highlight out of Atlanta, that, it's like things are happening outside of R&B and hip hop that are really cool.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. Now we just got to make it like global. Like I said, back to the hits. Back to the like, man, we need a hit.
We need the hits, man.
We need a hit out of here.
I remember years ago, right, when people would be like, yo, it's about the hit. And I hated that. I'm like, it's about the substance. It's not about the hit. Where I'm at today, yo, listen, it is about the hit.
Yeah.
It is about the hit.
1,000% about the hit.
Man, the hit can change everything.
Yeah.
Everything. It is about the hit.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it goes back to, putting the 150% into everything, But now, this is great. This is great because I'm for sure going to come back with all of these gems to all of these Latin artists and be like 150%.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we did have a podcast a while ago where Esco was asking me like, man, like who in the city are you like excited about that it's like doing the thing? And I was just like, I really couldn't think of anybody. Now I could have been a little bit more lenient and been like, yeah, yo, my guy MG the artist, Calderoki, my boy Flaco, like these guys are really, really putting in the work, and there's some other guys too and girls too. Shout out to Danny's. But he
didn't do that. He didn't.
But I didn't do that. I didn't do that. But it made for a great point because it's like, oh, okay. Esco was like summed it up to like, oh, okay, yeah, everybody tighten up.
Yeah.
I think including myself. There's definitely levels of tightening up and doing things at another pace, at another level, and just we've been around the A-listers and those people that walk around with that greatness of an energy, and it's like you have to think at that level.
Absolutely.
Every day you have to wake up, knowing that you're special.
Mm-hmm.
I do this a lot. I brainwash myself into thinking that I'm amazing, but it translates into the stuff that I need to do.
Amazing results.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of times we think that unity alone is the answer. And it's not always just the unity. We have to have intention and we have to have direction. So even with naming a lot of different artists, right? Like you said, you didn't get a chance to last time, right? This time you naming them, you just have to have the direction behind it, right? Because when you look at the a lot of artists are in competition. You know what I'm saying? They're in competition for them first week numbers. They're in competition for them Billboard spots. They're in competition with almost everything. But when they do come together, it's for a reason. And that reason is not because it's just like some bro stuff. It's really like, yo, let's feed these fans. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to come together to feed the fans, great. If you coming together just to like have a big fucking powwow, nah. Mm-hmm. That's no different from like, again, artists just tagging each other. You know what I'm saying? You can put 7 amazing Latin artists in here. No disrespect to the Latin community, just for the sake of example. You can put 7 of them in here right now. But yo, if it ain't no direction, then what is the unity for? You know what I'm saying? You see artists going on tour together, but who are they going on tour together for? For the people. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to put strong emphasis on like unity with direction is what's going to yield results. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to be conscious of that. So don't let nobody, not you, Esco, I ain't talking about, don't let nobody make you feel bad about not including certain people if you haven't figured out that direction yet. Again, no shade to Esco, not at all.
No. You know, it's funny. I'm dying over here because like bro, everything you're saying is everything that's happening, and that's the reason I'm like laughing. I don't know. I know you can see me laughing over here, but it's really, that's what's happening, dude. And so Brian always says, bro, if we're just gonna have a party, call it a party.
Facts.
If you're gonna call it a
Facts.
get together and a fun get together, call it that. Which, like, say when we opened the studio, we waited a year before we did the grand opening, right? We had a party last August. That's what we did. We had a party. We had a party on my birthday. We had a party. And to that point, if we're gonna do the plug and play, it's with intention or whatever we're doing. Otherwise, call it a party.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Yeah, like having purpose and providing value has always been very important, you know, for this, like what you said, like this second division or this separate division of like my empire as well, you know. Damn, yo, his energy's already starting to rub off. Yo, this is amazing.
Be genius.
Yo, hey, be genius.
Be genius.
Right.
What is be genius?
So aside from it being, you know, my company, right? Be genius is just like, it's like a mantra. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, it's like be genius, and it you know, it grew legs when. So I started out as an artist, and at the moment I wasn't putting out any music, but I'm like, yo, how do I stay in people's how do I stay in their you know, in their minds, you know, even though I don't have music out.
Sorry, just for context, what year is this, more or less?
Oh, I can't even remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
2000s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
word.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay.
It might have been, you know what? Let's say 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, let's say
Got it.
2016.
Got it, yeah.
I'm gonna have to ask my brother, Juma. Shout out to Juma. That's my little brother, man. He, every step of my journey, he has been right there. I'm talking about doing everything. Like, when I'm an artist, he started producing. He started producing before me. You know what I'm saying? When I started producing and recording, being a recording artist, he started being the DJ. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's hard.
Yeah, like when I started traveling, he picked up a camera. You know what I'm saying? So like, shout out to Juma.
Shout out to Juma.
Yeah.
Sure. That's like y'all brothers?
Yeah, blood brothers.
Blood brothers.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah.
This him right here.
No, I know.
Yeah,
I already know. Yeah.
Shout out to him. He in the building.
Yeah. But that's such a backbone.
Yeah,
you know, to have of like a support system and all of that.
He was my engineer too.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Engineer everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to answer your question, I mean to finish that. So I was like, yo, how do I stay in people's mind without me putting out music right now? So I started hashtagging Be Genius. I'm like, yo, maybe if I can just hashtag my company, Be Genius, they'll remember it. So every time I would say something, I would hashtag it, and people just started finding it profound. Like, yo. So when I'm saying something like, you know, a smart man appears to be genius, but a genius makes others feel smart. Hashtag Be Genius. It's like, yo, be genius.
Mm-hmm.
So it just grew legs of its own.
It's a slogan.
Yeah, it has that Kobe energy for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's high level.
Yeah.
Love it.
So it grew legs, man. Be Genius, and it just became like, you know. Then I started seeing people around my city, and the first time that it happened, it kind of like blew my mind. I was at Best Buy, and I'm like buying like a Fire Stick or something, and then like I hand the guy the money, he hand me the change, and he's handing me my receipt, and I'm grabbing the bag and I'm putting the receipt in the bag. He's like, yeah, all right, Be Genius, and I'm like,
wait a minute,
what you say? He's like, yeah, Be Genius. I'm like,
how do you know that name?
You're right. Who sent you?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, Be Genius. And it just became a thing. People would see me, they're like, yo, Be Genius. And everywhere I went, it just, Be Genius. So I'm like, man. And I feel like names are, it's so important, because what's one thing that you would hear, what's one word you would hear the most for the duration of your whole life? Your name. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you speak certain things, it becomes, it comes to fruition. That's why I always say, like with children, like name your children with intention. I don't care if you name your child Bob. Make sure that Bob has a meaning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, to you.
Word.
Because like that's what you're speaking to your child. Imagine you name your child Failure. You're like, yo, Failure, come here. Or, you know, like, hey, loser, come here. Yo, loser, don't do that. Yo, loser, good job, loser. You know what I'm saying? Your child becomes a loser.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
be genius is like, that's what I want to imprint on people. It's like, yo, be genius. Don't let your genius get in the way. Be the genius. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be all that you can be. Whatever that is, I don't care if you're a baker. Be the best baker you can be.
Be genius with it.
Yeah, because I don't believe in potential. I believe in greatness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we all got potential to be something. A lot of us, we don't always fall into what you think our potential would have been. You know what I'm saying? I left school early. I didn't go back. I don't have a high school diploma. I'm not proud of this, but you know, I don't have a high school diploma. I don't have a college degree. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a GED. You know what I'm saying? So I had all of the potential to be a loser. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be a loser. So, you know, that's just an example of why potential means nothing. You know, long-winded again. My bad, y'all. It's like, yo, can you just give us one sound bite?
No sound bites. But like, that's the thing about this podcast, bro, is that like, I really wanted to be long form like this. Like, and you know, having somebody with a lot of insight like yourself is key, you know, to everybody. Like, you know, back to how you were saying, you know, that when you're in certain rooms, you know, you want to provide value, but now you get to be in, you know, hopefully this one gets 100,000 views. What's up?
Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You know, you be in 100,000 rooms.
Yeah.
You know, why not?
Yeah.
So
I feel good about this. I feel like I don't feel like anybody's holding anything back. I feel like this is good. So you know,
yeah.
we gonna get that 100,000, man. Yo,
bring the tequila. We ain't got no tequila, but
I told Brian that the day that me and you met at Tree, we definitely spoke for like 5 hours.
Facts.
You know, we were there all night.
oh
Facts.
yeah.
Rush took a big old nap on the couch for the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, no problem on this podcast. I knew we were gonna have a good conversation regardless.
Facts.
Yeah.
No,
And I thank y'all for finding the value in me to invite me.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
'Cause
sure,
that
man.
means something. Like,
Yeah, there's really cool intersectionality. You know, we're thankful that, man, that we cross paths with, especially with the
Facts.
stories that you have, the missions that we have, and they all kind of going together because your insights are directly what the people need to hear, and especially the people that we're like touching. And it's like, you said earlier, right? Like, how do we get these people to think at that level or whatever? And Rush is like, well, they have to see it. We have to show them. And I say that all the time, which is why the first Plug and Play was at Tree Sound. I'm like, you got to see the plaques. You got to see the space. You got to see the SSLs and to start to believe it.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, oh, okay, cool. Wow, I can't believe we've met Rush. And that's why it's really dope, because I want them to see you.
Yeah.
And I want them to know what you've done, what you're producing, what you're working on a daily basis, right? Because your divisions are crazy right now.
You know
I'm glad you said it that way. So it's super important, man.
Yeah.
You know what? Rush gives me this energy. There's a legendary producer and executive, Naldo, in the reggaeton scene, and so he's been on podcasts now, and we were always like, what does the guy do? You know, he's like, you know, he's you know, been in it for a while now, and to the point where like he's like telling us all of these crazy anecdotes of all of the music that we grew up on and the early reggaeton, right?
Oh.
But he's like, I do it all.
Yeah.
I deal with the lawyers. I deal with the music treatments.
Facts.
He grew up as an engineer, but he was also doing the mixing, but he was also doing some of the production, some of the writing. So it's like, that's that energy, bro.
Yeah, man. You gotta.
You definitely spread the energy for sure. You walk around with a lot of energy.
Man, thank you, man. You
amazing.
gotta be a team player and a team leader. Both. You know what I'm saying?
Like, beautiful.
You got to, bro. Like, I mean, you know, shout out ATO Jacob. So we working on. So he got we're gonna release 2 EPs, right? And I'm executive producing them. And it's like, you know, even on the way here, we talking about, he sent me once, I'm like, yo, we need to shoot a video to this one. I'm like, I bet. So I'm like making the phone calls, calling like, yo, I need you to shoot this video. I need a treatment by, you know, 5:00 p.m. today. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to do, you just got to be able to play every single role.
Wear a bunch of hats. Why not?
And there's sometimes where it's like, sometimes we switch. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm like, yo, he might hit me like, yo, what you doing? Yo, I'm over here such and such. And, you know, matter of fact, I remember, like, shout out to Monica, you know, legendary Monica. One day I'm like, yo, I want to work with Monica, man. I want to do something with Monica. And he like, I got you, bet, hold on. You know what I'm saying? He like, yo, Monica, Rush about to come over. You know what I'm saying? I went over there, got to working with Monica. So it's like, you know, it's really a partnership.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's beautiful.
Like, yeah, like that's my brother, like above everything else, my brother. And like we really got like a partnership where, yo, I might do this and then he might turn around, yo, Rush, you need me to do this? Bet. We just keep things going, you know. Shout out to Hendrix Smoke, shout out to DJ Cass. You know, those are my other like partners that we do everything together. You know what I'm saying? Hendrix might call me like, yo, Rush, you know the people over here at such and such? Nah, I'm about to have them send you some gear. You know what I'm saying? I might call Cass like, yo, you know the people over here? No, I'm about to have them send you some gear. You know what I'm saying? So
right,
it's all about, you know,
collaboration.
Yeah. With intention and direction.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the one thing that I'm really searching for, because I think that, you know, I've coming up as an engineer, it was always like providing a service, you know, and happy to provide that service, happy to be the guy that they call when they want really great recordings, speedy service, always available, all of those things, right? And so took a lot of pride in that, but now it's like the pride is switching into serving the artists that need that development. You know what I'm saying?
Hope y'all ain't hear that.
No, we can cut it out.
Okay.
You know, artists that need like that development, you know, but also like, you know, the collaboration of it all, like basically everybody not needing anything specific from somebody, and more so like, yo, can you do a feature on this? Yeah, I got you. Yo, can you do this? We're working on this commercial jingle thing. Can you do a vocal on here? Yeah, for sure, I got you. You know, not necessarily. I think that like, you know, I think that once you do, that's one thing that I realized, especially. I don't know for other genres, but I saw it like in the trap world, where it's like you get to a point where like, you know, you're just calling up the homie for a feature,
right?
And not like, yo, how much is this feature? And he's like, 150. And it's like, no, it's like, cool, I'm gonna do a feature for you, and then you gonna do a feature on my shit, you know. And so, you know, I've even heard that like, oh yeah, doesn't such and such producer owe me a favor? Yeah, let me call him real quick. You know, I've heard those things too.
The game is not chess. I mean, it's not checkers. It's not chess. It's Monopoly. And that's what I meant earlier about Monopoly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You place your value in this room, place your value in another room. Guess what? Because now when y'all platform becomes the biggest platform, hey, and I have an artist, now I can call y'all like, yo, hey, Brian, let's go, man. Can I send my artist up there? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
It's Monopoly, man. It's
No
Monopoly.
question.
Yeah. And that's why, like, you know, to this day, I'm still doing things for free, you know, where it's like, but it's really just a homie needs a favor. Yo, get me out of this jam. Yo, can you please put a quick mix on this? Please can you add some 808s on this? Whatever it is. And it's just like, yeah, send it, you know? I mean, obviously, we all got to make our money, and we still need to shout out all the people that owe us money.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Whoever, wherever you at, the future, the past, the current, whatever.
But yeah, man. What are you excited about any of the AI stuff?
Man, I feel like we've had AI for a long time. We've already had AI. I feel like it's just like it's evolving. We are the ones that are like we're finding new ways to utilize it, but we've always had it. Like remember we would get online and like that little bubble at the bottom was like, how can I help you? You know what I'm saying? You might type in like I'm trying to find your help section. That's AI.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So we've already had it, but in context with like music, I feel like we are going to a place where the most valuable players will be the people that know how to communicate to AI. Because there's so many different prompts. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if you can learn how to communicate with AI, you're going to be powerful. So it's like AI is here. It's not going anywhere like at all. It's not because it's too convenient at this point for the world. It's way too convenient. It's like,
I use it every day.
Yeah, like
not musically, but I do want to tap in on the music side of things. You know, did you see Dallas Austin with his post on this? He like called like a number, and the guy was like, "Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, yo, I'm working on this track, da 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 da." And it took me a second to be like, "Oh, he's talking to a robot," you know, because it's like processing, you know. But it was a kind of like a natural kind of okay, cool. What kind of track? Da da da. He's like, "Yo, I'm working on this this track. I want it to sound like a Jay-Z beat, you know." And he was like, "Okay, yeah, let me send you something." And it started playing through the speakers in the studio. Nuts. And then he was like, he started playing something. He was like this? He was like, no, a little bit more like 90s boom bap, kind of like the grittier stuff. Something like this, you know? And then he was like, "Oh, okay, I got you." And then it like just like kind of like, you know, dropped out the music. And then it switched kind of like the drum pattern.
That's crazy.
And then it dropped new music. It's nuts. It's nuts. And he's like, "This is what I got coming for y'all."
That's crazy.
Yeah,
so it's almost like
a personal assistant, kind of, you know, you might be on the way to the studio. You might be like, "Hey, work on this track for me. I have this idea, blah, blah, blah." And then by the time you get to the studio, you just have like a 10-pack.
It's like Quincy Jones meets Jarvis. You know, Iron Man.
Yeah.
Jarvis.
Yeah.
He just walks in the lab and he's like, "Hey Jarvis, I need you to pull up da 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 da." And he's like, "I got you."
Yeah.
So it was like you just walk in the studio, if I'm understanding you correctly.
Yeah. Something like that. He was like, "Yeah, go ahead and track that out for me." Okay,
Fire.
cool. You want me to send it to your email? Yeah, just send it to my email.
So he just walked in the studio and was like, "Yo, I need."
He was just already, the video is him standing in front of like, say like right here in front of the speakers. And he's like on the phone and it just starts like that. Like, "Hey, what's up, man?" He's like, "Hey, what's up? You good?" That, you know, it's kind of like small talk even. You know what I mean? That's what's even just beyond like, what the hell is going on here? He's like, "Yeah, this is what I got coming next."
Man, shout out to Dallas Austin, man. We need to talk, man.
Yo, ahead of the
Shout
curve.
out to Dallas though.
And then there's the Suno joint too that I've been dabbling in a little bit, you know. But
what's the other one, like UDO or something?
Damn, that's as far as I know.
Okay, they got one called like UDO, I think.
Yeah.
UDO.
They have a few, right?
Yeah,
they have a few, but I guess the Suno is Timbo's joint, right?
I don't know if he owns it, but I know he's been like working with them a lot.
Partnered.
Yeah.
Partnered with.
Yeah. And it's fire. I've used it. I want to make sure I'm speaking all the way. I've used Suno before, like to just try it out, to like, you know, to see what see what it comes with.
I tried it one time. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you like it?
It was cool. I told it to make me a track like what's his name? Like March Madness.
Oh, okay.
And it just gave me kind of like a sports kind of like you know, intermission kind of track.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. But it was like but I'm like, but it definitely needs more prompts. And I have a homie, actually, Javon again, that he he made what was it, bro? It was like a future joint, but it was like in like just like old 60s style. But it was actually fire. Like now I wish you could play it.
Well, he also did Britney Spears. And did you hear that one? Yeah.
No, I didn't hear that one.
You hear that one?
No.
Bro, they played it for me in the Afrobeat. So it was Baby One More Time or Hit Me or whatever. That song's got like 10 names. But it was like Afrobeat vibes. And it was funny because I heard it. The first thing I thought was, this is cool, but it's been done before. My first idea, because of the writing, right? Like, how was I supposed to know? It was just like that, right? It's very kind of generic because at this point it's like, 25 years old and or 30. I don't know.
25.
Yeah. So point being, it sounded pretty dope though. And then they were sitting there like, yo, he has no idea that this is Britney Spears. And I had no idea. And I was like, I like it, but I don't like it. And they're like, bro, you know the song? I'm like, I know the song? I was like, no, I don't know this song. Because it was different enough. The pocket was completely different. But because he typed in the lyrics and then prompted what he was going for. And so it was pretty powerful, the fact that it was just different.
Mm-hmm.
Different enough where you can't understand it.
Yeah. It's like, people are gonna get real experimental with it. I feel and it's gonna go really far, and then it's gonna get wrangled back in. Maybe.
I think people should just embrace it. Like the quicker that you embrace it, the quicker you will move forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, again,
for sure.
Don't let your genius get in the way.
Thank you for saying that. Yes,
just embrace it
instead of like nitpicking at it or just kind of if you might use it, then you might use it. It's kind of like the printing press. They thought that everything else was gonna go away, but it's like
we still got newspapers.
You still got
I mean, and even if you're an amazing instrumentalist, you can still collaborate with it, right?
Right.
Collaborate with it. Have it do one section of something. You feel me? Just embrace it.
Sure.
Because it is, see, at this point, it's not for us necessarily. It's for the next generation. You know what I'm saying? Even like cryptocurrency. When you look at like cryptocurrency, right? People are like, they're like, people aren't going to be, yawns are so contagious.
Yeah.
Somebody just yawned, just hearing that.
That's when the
playback.
Yeah.
They gonna be like yawn. They gonna be like, oh. But it's you have to just embrace it and just use different elements of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell it like, yo, I want to do XYZ. Let it do that, then you come play it. And like I was saying about the cryptocurrency and stuff, everybody's like, yo, cryptocurrency isn't going to be around for a long time. It's like, yeah, because we ain't going to be around for a long time, but it's going to be around for a long time for the people that is conditioning now. Like our children are already like, yo, I need some V-Bucks. What you think V-Bucks and all of that shit is? That's a form of cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Like these kids don't even know what money is. Yo, Dad, can you send me $20 on my Cash App?
Right. They don't even know what that means.
They don't like.
It's just digits.
It's all digits. Yeah. So just embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
And the new generation, they embracing it. And music is a young man's sport, not because you have to be young, but because you have to be coachable. You know what I'm saying? You have to continue to adapt. So, man, y'all better embrace it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I think I'm actually I've been having this thought where like I want to, even for like these plug and plays and stuff like that, like I also want to seek out talent in the prompt side of things. Start looking for like a young prompt engineer.
That's fire.
You know what I'm saying? I've just been having this thought where like, man, like if we could just, because I don't necessarily, same thing with like producing. Or like music. I don't want to sit there and program stuff, but if I could tell you a direction and you go and do it and then you bring it back and then we work out the kinks or whatever, right? It's kind of like that same mentality of just finding what they also call it a command engineer, something like that.
Something like
See,
that.
you still gotta have enough talent. You still gotta have enough talent to recognize a good piece of music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
You still got to know that. You still have to.
Exactly.
So it's like, yeah, I think Timbaland was just doing something where he was having like a contest of like who can make the best like record using Suno or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's
That's
like,
cool.
yeah. So those guys are.
That's
gonna
one way to
become-
get people over there for
Yeah.
sure.
Those are going to be the guys that become like the new like loop makers. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the guys that you can go to that you trust. It's like you in the studio and imagine you like, yo, I need some loops for such and such. Imagine you can go to these kids and you're like, yo, listen. And you don't got to wait for them to make it. You go to them like, yo, listen, I need 100 loops right now for Eminem's new project.
Right.
And that kid go and spit out 100 of them because he knows how to communicate and he has an A&R ear so he can tell you what's fire.
Right.
Oh, I want that. Oh, I'm signing you. Come on.
Filtered through the bullshit, basically.
Right.
That's like when I use Chat GPT for like, hey, yo, write me a bio
Mm-hmm.
for myself. Write me a short bio that talks about this, and this,
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll spit something out, and I gotta be like, okay, sounds too formal. Make it more
Yeah.
casual,
Yeah.
you know. And then, but now it's too casual. And I was like, I like this formal piece of this, but then this casual piece of this, and I feel like that's what's gonna be
Yeah.
kind of like important to
act as a Rolling Stone journalist and
Exactly.
make this feel like an amazing think piece
yeah,
on who I am. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. That's solid. Hey, I'm gonna use that one. Yeah, I'll be telling it to like make it sound like Billboard wrote it, you know, or
Yeah.
you know, make it sound like or this one itinerary thing for Plug and Play, make it sound like it came from the Grammys, you know, and so it'll start spinning. But back to the point is like, man, you just gotta have that. The taste level still has to be there,
Absolutely.
you know.
Yeah.
Because it is gonna spit out just a bunch of random stuff without any soul,
Yeah.
you know, and then it's up to you to put the soul in it.
Yeah, to figure out what's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then plus I don't think anybody's using AI to produce music and not actually at least adding the fucking drums.
Right. What you mean at least?
I'm
What you mean?
saying, like, have you heard something that came out with like the drums that you wanted?
Oh no.
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 You know what I'm saying?
But then yeah, exactly. You're saying at least you gotta perform that piece of it. You
so
gotta,
it's like,
yeah, that's such a integral part of the whole thing.
yeah.
Right.
I always pay attention to the snare. The snare is so important.
Yo,
You have a nasty snare, or it could just change the whole genre for real.
Right.
You know, in just with the snare.
people don't understand that about the snare. Like I'll be telling people, like, yo, the kick and everything is important. The hi hats, blah 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 blah. Everything is important.
Yeah.
But when people nod in their head, they actually nod into the snare.
Yeah.
It's boom, boom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that's
Yeah.
making them, snap. That
Yeah. And it's gotta be right there in
Yeah.
that $1 million spot.
Yeah.
You know, and it's gotta have that $1 million sound.
yeah. I
know
always
what I'm
say
saying?
that. I'm not an engineer. I always say keep your snare next to your vocals.
Mm-hmm.
Like if your vocals is right here, have your snare like right there at the same level.
Yeah.
I can't remember who I learned that
In
from.
my mixer brain, put my mixer brain hat on, it's like the vocal is right in front of the snare. So the vocal's here and then the snare is like right there. Right next, or right below it too. You know?
Okay.
So yeah. Well, we've been trying to master that.
Trying, or are you in the process of it?
What's the difference? What's the difference? Talk to me.
Trying is failing.
Oh shit.
Imagine if
I'm
you
in the
tell-
process.
Yeah. Tighten
Boy,
up.
wait,
Tighten
hold
up,
up.
bro. Tighten up.
No.
Gotta tighten up. Imagine you call
Cut that out.
Esco.
Cut that out.
Imagine you call Esco, right? And you're like, yo, Esco, we got a meeting in 30 minutes. And he's like, all right, bet. And you're like, I'm outside though. He's like, all right, bet. And then you call him, you're like, yo, it's been 5 minutes. What's going on? You're like, yo, Esco, what you doing? He's like, oh, I'm trying to put my shoes on. You're like, all right, bet. Well, I'm here. And then 5 minutes go by. You like, yo, what's going on? He like, yo, I'm trying to put my shoes on. Like, bro, just put your shoe. What you mean you trying to put them on? I'm trying. All right, Esco, man, I'm out here, bro. We got 5 more minutes, bro.
Trying to put shoes on.
5 minutes go by and you like, yo, Esco, what the fuck is going on?
Such a great example too. It's so real, real to life.
And he like, yo, I'm still trying to put my shoes on. I was like, man, if you don't put them fucking shoes on and let's go. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, we ain't trying nothing, man.
No, I love it. I love
Who you been
it.
talking to, bro? Who you been talking to?
Man,
Like, you know something
you know where I think it originated from? My dad. You know what I'm saying? My dad, everything is an example. He's always like, yeah, imagine da-da-da-da.
Oh, yeah.
And growing up, he's like, oh, here you go.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, now it's...
Now he's your inner voice.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, I might call him just to pick up something. Hey, hello?
Yeah.
Let him say something, writing it down. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
Damn, that's solid.
I'm taking this to the block. Yeah.
Yeah. Taking this to the podcast.
Right, I'm taking this to
To the airwaves.
Right.
No, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. You got anything that's cool?
Man,
Yeah.
I feel really good about it all.
Let's get some controversy going.
Oh, okay.
Controversy.
Yeah.
What's
So
the
who owes money? Hold on.
Man, let's get some,
The beef.
what's the
Conspiracy.
conspiracy.
Elon Musk is
Yo.
ushering for the Antichrist.
Yo,
I
listen.
just made that up.
Oh
Right
my
I just
goodness.
made that
Nah,
up.
but listen though. Y'all should add a conspiracy segment at the end.
I
And
bet.
it's like, yo, conspiracy time. And then like Esco's like conspiracy.
Yeah.
And it's
Actually, on our second podcast ever, we did bring up a little one. It's like a
fog,
tiny one.
The fog that was going crazy at
Yeah.
the top of the year, and everybody was sick. Remember?
Yeah.
And it was something in the fog.
Oh no! Listen, I just seen something on Instagram where they was saying something about that. Like the people found out that they was like putting something in the fog. I kid you not, my hand to God. I just
Yeah,
seen
in the
something,
weather.
so that might have been true.
And remember, you was driving like, yeah, this is thicker fog than ever. Like,
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're at plane crashes now.
I was just about to
Man.
bring that up. What's up with that?
What's up with it?
I think people
I
just
tell you who ain't up with it. Me, I ain't with it.
I just talked to my boy last night on the way back. Well, when we left the studio last night, he's a mechanic for Delta.
Okay.
And so I was like, yo, what's going on? What happened with the joint flipping over on the ice and all that? And he said that, shout out to Tony one time. He said that it was really windy, right? And so, and the runway was really icy. And so the other thing though, even though the plane said Delta on it, it was no longer actually operated by Delta.
I was like Econo Air or something. I think.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I didn't check that far in because I like the conspiracy to stay conspiracy. I
Okay.
don't
All right.
give me the truth.
Yeah, don't
yeah,
give me the truth.
let me spread these rumors instead.
Let me spread this rumor.
Yeah,
Before I learn the
but I talked to the mechanic, so hey, I'm just saying he said it was no longer Delta people, it's the people that used to be Delta or something crazy like that. And I said, oh wow, well, explains why they suck at whatever they were doing, and I feel like they just didn't know how to land, bro.
Conspiracy.
we're gonna sample that. We're gonna sample that. You just press your little button.
Right. Yep. Hashtag points on the.
No, yeah.
Be conspiracists. Be conspiracists.
Yeah.
Hashtag be conspiracists.
I gotta try for that one. That one I do have to try.
Yeah.
That one I can't. I'm not in the process of that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, my brother was checking it out, and he was like, "Yo, 15 minutes, and y'all already conspiracies? Oh yeah, I'm staying." I'm like, "Damn, bro."
Yeah, I think that'd be fire to just have like,
Yeah.
oh, you know what? This how y'all could do it. It's like, yo, for the last piece of this interview, you have 60 seconds to come up with a crazy conspiracy. Make up one right now.
Wow, you got to be really into conspiracies to just pull one out like that. That's kind of crazy.
So, but they are saying that Bill Clinton was the young organizer of all of that, like JFK stuff.
For real?
Yeah. But I'm
See?
talking about like he was.
See,
like,
I don't know if he just
was
made
like,
it up because you said that though.
No, but no. This
It
is
was a
real.
good
This is real.
conspiracy
This is
either
real.
way.
This is crazy.
Well, this is what like is in the talks with like the Donald Trump and all of that. You know, he's about to release all of the
the
shit.
JFK papers.
So some people are already saying that it was really like Bill Clinton's people. I don't know if it was like Bill Clinton Senior, right?
Oh, okay.
Because there's a senior, right?
Wah, wah.
No longer cool.
Wait, what you mean?
This conspiracy
That's
sucks.
not cool.
That's still.
This conspiracy
Man, we don't
sucks.
know him. That ain't cool.
No, Bill Clinton Senior is the dad is the young boy. No, okay. That's
Yeah,
it.
it's-
Yeah,
it's
you
gone.
ruined it. 60
Yeah,
seconds
you-
are over. Go home.
Yeah, you ruined it.
Hey, tighten up, everybody.
Yeah.
Bring it. Hey,
You-
bring in a new guy.
All right.
You
all right.
ruined it.
All right, y'all go
Yeah,
next. What's
that's,
up?
That's like you saying like, yo, it was Donald Trump. We like, oh, what?
But that
like,
wouldn't make sense.
But it was his
This
dad.
was
We like-
63.
Donald
That
Trump
wouldn't make-
Senior.
See,
I know,
no
that's what I'm
longer
saying.
I thought
relevant.
that y'all would.
Right.
I thought y'all were gonna call me out on like, wait, Bill Clinton, when was he born? Nah, that wouldn't make sense.
Oh, so you did
So-
make it up.
No, but he
Yes,
said.
I did make it
Oh.
up.
See, but hey, I caught on people. But he
Yeah.
said young. He said young JFK organizer. Like you
I
said,
said young.
The young
I
Bill
said
Clinton.
young Bill Clinton.
exactly. So what if he was old and JFK was this age and Bill Clinton was like little, like young, like a teenager type shit? You know,
I
he
was trying to
being
go
used.
with the 10-year-old thing, but it
Oh.
was too crazy. You know,
See,
it was,
in my
that's why I
mind-
said Bill Clinton. I didn't even know that there was a senior.
Your conspiracy
just
sucks, bro.
I just said senior, and
Yeah,
y'all was
you
like,
shouldn't
oh,
have.
wah, wah, wah.
Nah, you lost us there.
Yeah,
It was good. I'm talking about.
he was
I'm
going.
like,
it was going.
No,
it was going.
I'm
It was
like,
going.
oh,
was going.
that's
See,
something.
I could have been an actor for real.
Yeah,
Professional BS.
just not the script writer,
Yeah, not the script
the
writer.
actor, but yeah, no.
Well, somebody else come up with one then.
What's a good one?
I said one.
Since y'all
I
such
said Elon Musk
producers.
is ushering in the Antichrist. Hey, y'all see
That one was too crazy.
you see his joint? It was crazy though.
He was
I
piecing
saw this
out.
Yeah.
He was piecing
Nah,
out.
Yeah.
He was just saying
he's
goodbye,
defending
man.
him. Nah, bro. He was celebrating his victory, and he boy said, "You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That boy hit a crazy one.
He hit a crazy one.
He hit a crazy one.
I think
dog.
that's
he was
just
a crazy one.
that's just how like when you're kind of corny that's what you do. You know what I'm saying?
I know people that's like that.
Yeah,
man, I
you know,
think-
like how like some people
I think
just dap
people-
up weird and
Nah.
they just don't get it.
You know how
They're
well, you
clunky.
know there's the word Freudian slip, right? Like the Freudian slip from Sigmund Freud is the psychologist, right? So Freudian slip is when something comes just out of your mouth on accident, but those things are like manifestations of your subconscious. And so whatever's going on in there, like there's always a filter for all of us every single day when we're on the podcast, we're just talking to people on the phone for business. There's a filter that we have, but sometimes there's a Freudian slip that'll come out there like, oh, I didn't mean to say that. Just like, I mean, it could be like racism has a big part of that where people accidentally say something racist. It's like, what? That's because that's closet racist. You know, they got a new name, closet racist. But that's a Freudian slip because that's really what's in there. So to me, if Elon hit one of these, like, bro,
Yeah.
bro, you're Nazi, bro. Like, that's
No. So I think that what it is that like there are plenty of times that say like another example is
So I seen that.
Joe Rogan.
I think.
They caught him
like Kamala too.
they caught him doing the same thing, and they like they just sensationalize little things like this.
Absolutely.
When like Joe Rogan was like, yo, like Joe Rogan's like one of the most like
Outspoken.
neutral,
Yeah, he gonna
but like
say
neutral, but just like, bro, like just tell it the way it is.
Yeah.
If he did do this, then you might just catch that right now, and that's
Yeah.
still of me doing that
but
right now.
I feel like you
of
keep
telling the
talking about
story.
this as if it was
Hold
a
on,
picture.
But what I'm saying is that like, yeah, but what I'm saying is that Joe Rogan, he was like they caught me waving like this in UFC during the thing, and it's like they just grabbed that thing and they sensationalized it and they twisted the way they want to twist it, and I just think that there's like a middle ground here.
But
So-
to his point, it wasn't a picture. We actually seen.
I'm telling you,
It wasn't. It
he
wasn't
hit a
like
crazy move, man.
Yeah, it wasn't. It
was
wasn't like a.
I just
this.
think that is clunky. It's all I see. What
I
I
can
see
see
is
that,
like,
though.
he's
I
super
can see-
clunky.
he is
Bro's
clunky.
Yeah, I can
He's-
see that.
I can
Yeah,
see like a
that for
clunky
sure.
kind of like from my heart out to you guys.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and peace out.
But like just like, especially
Yeah,
when
it is
everybody
just-
is down, like he's up.
My boy said Hell Hydra. That's
So-
just crazy.
So it could have been him waving like yeah, You know what I'm saying? Not even realizing what he's doing. It could have been that too.
You know, I'll tell you what though. Like per his position though, like per like him being on that stage, him Donald Trump just got elected.
Yeah.
Like it's the timing of it all. It looks even crazier.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, you know, those guys at that level, they just have so much intention. You know,
Facts.
And so
Facts.
it makes it easy for us to speculate what your intentions are. You know, but I just don't. I don't know. I don't really see it. I think it's just. Yeah, I feel like
we should question everything now.
I feel like everybody in this room is like, nah, bro, you on the other side.
No.
I don't know. I trust
You with
him
them.
anymore.
Yeah, no. Me, see, so me, I'm somebody, I don't mind being wrong today if it means I'll be right tomorrow. So if you can convince me of something, I'll believe it as long as it makes sense.
1000%.
But I'm a hard, like I'm skeptical of everything. So as I'm hearing both of y'all say it, it's like depending on the context in which it's presented, is that determines what I believe.
Yeah, you're still using your reasoning.
Yeah. So when you say he's clunky, he's definitely clunky.
Right.
And socially awkward. Completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get that. He could have been like, it's people down below. Like, he's not talking to people face on. They're down below. So he could have been, in his mind, let me take my shades off so you can. In his mind, is like yeah. You know, he's looking down.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
You get what I'm saying? He's like, yeah. But the whole time, we looking at it from like a face level. When we just see him going like, yeah. We like, oh, snap.
Wait, and
Like
then these are like kind of like stadium kind of places, right? So there might have been people in the nosebleeds too. I don't know. I don't know where.
See, you lost it there.
Why?
See, because I just gave you one.
No, I know, but that's one.
Because now the people up there, because it's like, how do you wave?
I'm saying, but that makes for me even more sense. Where you go?
Now that means I'm pointing at you. So imagine me leaving. I'm like, yo.
No.
Because like, why are you pointing at me?
But that one makes more sense of like not pointing, but just saying waving. It's a wave to everybody. Wave to everybody. Yo, we're going crazy on this. I've never waved.
Shout out to Elon Musk.
Conspiracy.
They're for sure going grab a clip of that. You know what I'm saying? They're going to grab a clip of Rushdee, goddamn.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Hitting the
Oh, me hitting it.
Cut it out, everybody.
Yeah, it's like, yo, I was just trying to show us. We don't know.
No, we see your intention. I see that you move with a lot of intention.
Come and get me.
Freudian slip.
Right. Now, you know what I'm terrified of, though? Mermaids.
I hate that you said that. Yeah.
Mermaids. I thought about it when you mentioned the guy from Haiti because I know this girl from Haiti, and she was like, that's a real thing in Haiti.
Oh, my goodness.
She's like, everybody knows, like, past a certain time at night, you do not go by the water.
Oh, but that sounds like folklore.
We have,
bro, in Colombia, we grew up with so many, like, ghost kind of figures, like,
for real?
You know, like, yo, if you don't obey your parents, you know, El Coco is gonna come out at night. It's like the
scare me. Tell me something. I want to hear something.
The boogie monster, right?
Yeah,
it's like
Boogeyman.
But Boogie Monster sounds so cute. Like we have like real stories of they develop. Like there's a one called La Llorona. You just mentioned it.
Yeah.
La Llorona is a woman. Wait, there's a movie that highlighted this.
Yeah,
it was in the like the Nun kind of the Conjuring kind of series.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's the Nun. I think it's that one. But anyway,
terrifying.
Yeah, and so it's a woman that the story says that she killed her firstborn baby, a baby boy, down by the river. And then after that, she was just been. Am I getting this right?
Do we gotta fact check this one?
Yeah, she gets condemned by it. You know, goes to hell, and now she, like, if you hear like a crying kind of like wailing at night kind of thing, that's La Llorona. That's the Llorona translates to the woman crying. something like that.
The Weeper.
The Weeper. Oh yeah, the Weeper.
That was off top. I had to look that one up. You know what I'm saying? It has a transliteration.
Wow.
The
So it's kinda
synopsis. Here you go. Okay. The synopsis of La Llorona varies depending on the adaptation, but it's generally based on Mexican folklore of a vengeful spirit. The most common version of the story follows a woman named Maria, who, in a fit jealousy or despair, drowns her children in a river. Overcome with guilt, she takes her own life and is cursed to wander the earth as La Llorona, the weeping woman. Crying out for her lost children, she is said to haunt rivers and lakes, luring unsuspecting victims, especially children, to a watery fate.
So
Dun, dun,
back to the mermaids. It just very much. Well, it's like you're an island, Haiti. You're an island. This is what you got. So
Bro.
how do you scare the kids out of not going into the
But
ocean?
the world is so big,
Bro,
man.
Haiti,
It's like,
Haiti has like high levels witchcraft. Like the witchcraft
Sure.
is out of here, for sure.
Sure.
So I believe it. Well, it may not be mermaids, but it's something. It's something spiritual for real.
But don't y'all think that per the context of everything, it could be that that's just parenting at whatever level that they have capacity of, and they go, how can I get these kids to stay away from the water past 7 p.m. or whatever, that past nightfall?
well, I feel like, you know how there's some parts of the world where there's species, like there are species that we have never seen, but you go to like Australia and it's like, oh, that's a blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Why can't Haiti be, no disrespect to Haiti, why can't Haiti be a place where those particular species have always been?
Only thing I got is because we haven't seen it. Australia, we've seen it.
Seen what?
Whatever species that we might be talking about, right?
I mean, hey, guess what? And to someone that lives in Haiti, they have seen mermaids.
But only they have seen it.
Well,
Right.
So I was
Well,
gonna
people-
contest you there. Like every ancient civilization has accounts of mermaids and
Yeah,
dragons.
facts.
So
Facts.
like from across the globe, right? So all the ancient civilizations that are no longer here, but they're all on the wall, like on the
Yeah.
on the carvings. The mermaids existed since always.
That's crazy. I'm terrified of mermaids,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, no.
I'm terrified.
For
Terrified.
sure, if they are real, there's no way that they look like the Little Mermaid. You know, like
Oh, no, no,
or
no,
like
no, no, no.
sexy and
It's just a
like
nice story. Yeah.
you know what I mean? No, it's got to be fucking a creepy
so I-
creature.
I have a crazy theory, man, and this is gonna be crazy. Follow me. You gonna do?
Conspiracy.
Thank you. So, biblically in the Bible it says that God, when He forgives you and forgives you of your sins, and you're already forgiven, He takes your sins and throws them to the deepest part of the ocean, and to never be remembered. Because He'll never bring something back up that you sinned last time. Like God don't do that. That's not how God works. So my thing is, you said earlier, right? Words are powerful. So like whatever all these things are, I think He's like bottom of the ocean they go, and I just think it's just stuff down there from everything we done did or whatever it is, and I think it manifests into, it's got to go somewhere. And then on top of that, God also then goes, and don't eat any fish. Sorry for everybody who eats fish, catfish. Don't eat any fish without scales, and so that's apparently in there as well. So like you got to eat like salmon and these other type of fish with scales on them, but like not eel, not catfish and stuff like that, because it's like it's a corrupt kind of a thing. And then lastly,
Bottom feeder.
yeah. So it's just unclean. And the last part of like sea life is or spiritual and sea life, where there's the fallen angels who then they also came in and started effing up DNA. And so that's why the great flood happened, was to wipe out all the effed up DNA of people. And so they were able to keep the God's original DNA, which is Noah, and that's where we come from. However, if he flooded, then all the sea creatures would still survive the flood, right? Because they all already lived in the sea.
Yeah.
And so if there was effed up
That's a
DNA
fact.
in the sea,
Where did
then
it go?
it's
There's nowhere
mermaids.
for it to go.
It's
Yeah.
mermaids. It's ugly sea creatures.
Okay, I'm convinced. There's mermaids.
Yeah, man.
I'm so terrified.
Terrified, bro.
There's
Terrified.
a I just saw it briefly, so I can't. We might young Jamie this, but like there's a like China is building a like underwater station for like research, and it's like a whole station where like scientists can stay for like a month long, you know, and so they're like they just got all of the funding, they got all of the money, and they're about to throw millions on millions, probably billions. Really.
Yo, I'm terrified right now even thinking of that. Just imagining
Bro, that's
being
disgusting.
a doctor.
Deep sea
Or
research
scientist.
facility.
Well, what I started thinking, it was like, damn, like how did we get to this point where like now we have to have a station that under the water, and we have to like people are gonna be there. Who knows if this has probably already been happening?
I'm just imagining a scientist like deep down there, and it's like a big open, like you can see the water, and the mermaid is just like slamming itself against the glass, trying to get to it, and then you stuck down there, you just looking at this thing, and it's just looking you in the eyes, just boom, boom,
Just confused at like what, like a fish.
yeah.
No, you a writer for real.
That's terrifying.
This is yo. This would make for a great like premise of something for sure.
That's terrifying.
That is terrifying.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, sirens.
Do you do scary movies and all that, or are you like
So
no scary?
me and Juma, we was just talking about shooting a scary movie.
What?
Yeah, just a couple of days ago.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta make it really
We gonna do
believable, really good.
Oh,
It's
guess
hard.
what?
It's hard to like.
And I have one that's about a mermaid.
I'm out.
There you go.
I'll tell y'all about
I'm
it.
in. Have you
But-
seen Nosferatu?
Uh-uh.
Nosferatu, something. That shit is amazing. Probably the best vampire movie I've ever seen.
Oh, vampire's cool.
Yeah.
It's like I don't want to spoil anything, but it's like
I'm
it's
gonna watch it.
amazing, amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm with all the like the scary shit. I just moved into a new house though, and so like I pick and choose when when I need to when I'm gonna jump
Believe it.
into a thing. Yeah,
Oh,
I gotta be like with my fiance. Like I gotta you know have a plan next. You know
Exit strategy.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's like
Now you see,
Yeah.
let me jump in. You saw, I'm from El Salvador, man, and like we grew up with obviously a lot of gangs and stuff. And in El Salvador, man, there's just essentially the gang life is the same as being a devil worshippers. And so like you don't so it's either you're in the gang or you're like a Christian. And that's how life was growing up in El Salvador. And so I came when I was very young, like at 3, 4. But we would go back every summer, so our experience there was exactly that same thing. So you can't go outside past like 7 p.m. 7 p.m. is way too late. 6 p.m. you got to be in the house. Sun is down. Do not go outside. So point is that there was always like this, like you walk down the streets and you see devil horns on that wall. You see that house that's like, for whatever reason, no windows. And it's scary when you walk by it, just the aura of it all. You walk past this way and you hear a lot of people screaming all the time. There was just always something like scary, like spiritually kind of scary.
that sounds terrifying.
In 2015, when my grandma passed, my sister and my mom were at the hospital and stuff like that. So mom got to see her on the last day. And my mom told me a thing about her going outside and this crazy woman was just coming at her, talking to my mom crazy on some spiritual level, And then my mom was like, in the name of Jesus Christ, da 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 da. And my mom just like rebuked her, right? And then she had to like kind of like back off, and she went into the bushes and shit. And my mom was like, yeah, she was acting like a snake. And I'm like, yo, mom, what are you saying? So this is like real, right? And so that's why when we talk about Haiti, I'm like, no, I know what's going on over there, because there was El Salvador and Haiti were always really compared based on the poverty level of everything at the time. But like, I'm like, nah. So to scary movies is a big no. Like, nah. It's way too many real things you're not supposed to let in. His way, because then so last thing is actually on the what's the famous movies that everybody Exorcist. So the last one not the last one, maybe like 2 or 3 last ones, they went to Guatemala to shoot a lot of the stuff, right? And so which is right next to El Salvador, and like the whole crew dipped, bro, because they started experiencing real things, and they're like, oh no, we can't keep shooting. So most of the crew dipped and down to the team. The team was only like 4 or 5 people left or whatever it was.
My goodness.
Yeah, because the real things were going down at that point.
Right, like they were calling in the spirits, basically.
Yeah, of course.
Like they were
Yeah.
just
Because you
it was
playing
a
with
big-
it.
Because you playing with it. You're not supposed to do that. Are you crazy? Nope. Nope.
Right. No, my fiance is Salvadorian as well, and the first time when we were still, well, when we were in the, we're dating, I guess, she invited me to El Salvador, and but you know, I have some tats. I'm not super tatted up, but I have some, and they were like, you know, you got to be careful with all them tats over there, because if they see you with one tat, you're automatically like what you said, like on the other side. That's how it was over there. And so, you know, if you heard all of the stuff from like El Salvador and its growth and like Bukele, the president, it's like a complete wipe down, a complete cleanup of all of that shit. So now you know it's one of the most touristy places. You know,
Yeah, hot spot now.
Yeah, super hot spot, like right next to like DR. You know what I mean? Everybody going to DR. But yeah, that you know, that I think that's super cool. The fucking
It
you know,
just sucks.
No, he said, nah, it ain't.
no, about the cleanup.
Oh, about the cleanup?
Yeah,
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 man. Yeah, El Salvador is actually, so the president agreed to take in a lot of the deportees from the U.S.
Right.
And but criminals, not just deported people. He's like, so El Salvador's going to take in the criminals that the U.S. is going to send over, which is crazy because he has this like 40,000 square feet super max like crazy thing going on now.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of complaining with El Salvador because there's no due process per se. But if you're a criminal, you're already a criminal type of thing over there. It's like, hey, bro, if you're a gang guy, you are a devil worshiper probably, and really you're a terrorist. So he declared them all a terrorist group. And so he just literally no due process, like you're going to jail. Like, and that was it. And so everybody gets treated like dogs now, and they get to eat like one tortilla and like a handful of rice a day, or a handful of beans a day, or something like that. And so like two times a day. And then so there was a moment in like when he was cleaning up that the guys that were still on the streets, because they were cleaning up, right? It was a process. They were like, nah, man, we're going to start wreaking havoc. We're going to start killing people left and right. He said, don't worry about it then, bro. Everybody going to starve in jail. He like, let's see how your homeboys feel about that. He didn't care, bro. He just did it. And he goes, yeah, there's going to be things that going to go wrong. I can't save everybody. He's like, so
Wow.
it's just going to be what it is. Now,
Yeah,
so
it's
we're
amazing. It's amazing the work that Bukele
that he put in.
That's my president.
yeah, he's like second. I think he's the second safest country now in the world, something like that. It's really big, and so really good dialogue with Donald Trump.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, Bukele. This is like the first time we've ever had that ever. Well, I think the world for real. Oh, the first country to ever make Bitcoin a legal tender is what they call it. I mean, like legally, you could use it for transferring wealth or whatnot.
Wow.
It's really dope. So buy some property in El Salvador. China's buying it up.
I'm on it.
What's the last place you went to outside of the States?
Colombia.
Okay.
Yeah. A while
Wow.
back. Yeah.
Where'd you go?
We actually
Medellin?
supposed. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. We actually Jacob trying to get me to go to Colombia right now. On the 28th with Becky G.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
hard.
man, all this stuff that's happening.
That's his biggest crush.
For real.
What?
Yeah.
For real.
Platonic love,
Saying,
if you
man.
will.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, she a sweetheart. Yeah. So I might.
See, we got a direct connect now.
Let's
What's
go.
up?
Be
I
like,
might.
how you doing?
You know?
Hi, I'm at school. Head ass. You can imagine it now.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. So, okay. So, and do what? You said something about a tour, or
No,
or
she
was
working
it
on her
just
album.
working?
Yeah. She working on the album.
Damn.
So she gonna have like some people there, but we would probably be like the only producers though.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So,
That's crazy.
yeah.
Wow. Man, that's amazing.
Congrats.
How does that feel like when you're around Latin creatives, and like, is there like a language barrier there, or
Yeah, because like Esco was saying, Spanish is like it's so different depending on where you're from. You know what I'm saying? You could be saying like one word could have like 3 different meanings depending on like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
it's a little challenging.
Yeah, everybody says this like one thing just different ways.
Yeah. So like it can be challenging because, you know, you think you saying one thing and you're not.
Yeah.
I had this one kid help me do some vocal producing one time, and he's just fresh from Venezuela, and he only knows Spanish, like he's learning English. But so we're recording some vocals, and he goes, hey, give me a retractive reverse what did he say?
Un retraso intencional.
Oh
¿no?
yeah, like a intentional retraction rewind kind of thing.
Imagine somebody said that in English too. You're like,
and you're like, I said, oh what, bro? And then once he explained it, I was like, he really just wanted me to nudge it backwards, nudge the vocal back. And it's just like, what are you saying, bro? But just like music terms that, you know, I guess, like I said, I told you in the beginning that things in Spanish just sound so corny sometimes. You know, they're just like...
Well, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, no.
I'm not saying that, but I hear you.
That's why Puerto Ricans have the best Spanish, because they like mix... because they're a territory...
Wait, rephrase it. You can't say they have the best Spanish. You can't...
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, Colombians have the best Spanish. You know what I mean. Wow. You know what I mean. No, they have like the coolest Spanish, for sure. Like
definitely.
Like
the coolest.
Well, the coolest Spanglish. How about that? You know,
just the coolest period. Yeah,
the coolest for sure, because they like, so they because they're a U.S. territory, they grow up with a lot of English in Puerto Rico, you know, and so they have like call you back in Spanish would usually be like te devuelvo la llamada, right? I'm gonna give you your call back, you know, it's kind of like that. And so, but they're like, nope, straight translation. Te llamo para atrás, call you back. You know, and it's like.
Yeah, but actually, if you make it literal, it's I'll call you backwards. Like if you were to take what they said literally, te llamo para atrás is like I'll call you backwards or back end, or it just. Yeah. But because you know, you go, oh yeah, all right, but I'll call you back. It's P. It's like super P.
Yeah, it's really cool.
To your
hard
point,
to explain.
I'll support, because like I love to share this with especially you, Rush, like you being in the world too. I know you get it. It's the Puerto Ricans their slang is the standard for good reggaeton. Like if it don't got their slang in it, it's just not a good song. You know, we're talking about where's the hit at? It ain't a hit without their lyrics.
It just sounds weird. It's like you know, saying like trap from Wisconsin or something. You know, it's just like. But you still gotta use the lingo. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or else it just doesn't sound authentic. If it don't got that, it ain't the hit. Yeah. But I feel like some people like Becky G, that's Mexican, or people like even Karol G, that's Colombian. Okay. Or even like Feid, you know, like Feid in court. That's the thing that made him like really stand out of everybody else, was that he was incorporating the Puerto Rican lingo in between the Colombian lingo too.
Yeah. Because you got to know your place too. Sometimes when you got to wait till you're powerful enough to then include. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna do what I come from. I'm gonna add my words. If you do it too early, it just sounds weird. Like, why would you say that? But once you're Karol G, like Karol G completely took a Puerto Rican word and made it what it wasn't anymore. And they're like, you can't do that. Puerto Ricans were like, you can't. But nah, it's Karol G, bro. Like, she did it. And then everybody's...
Her fan base is too big.
Everybody's singing it at their top of their lungs. Sorry, the meaning has now changed. Like, that's how powerful she is. The meanings of the words have now changed.
Yeah.
It's complex. Sure. Quite complex.
For sure. Well, bro, we've done like...
Yeah, I know. I seen you back to see it like...
Oh, no. Like, I see you kind of like, all right. Like,
nah, because I was actually going to ask if anybody knew what time it was.
Yeah,
I got to get my son at 4:30.
3:40.
Yeah, it's 3:40.
3:40. Yeah.
Okay.
But
So
I
we
mean,
right at that.
Yeah, you,
no,
yeah,
I mean this was
right
great,
there.
bro. This
'Cause I
was
think I'm like 40 minutes away. So
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's about you about that time.
yeah, man. No, bro. Thank you so much for
Man, thank y'all.
being here,
Dog, bro.
spreading
Yes,
the
sir.
gems.
yes, sir.
We definitely hit on a lot of points, including like addressing the people that owe us money.
Yeah.
Mermaids.
You know what I'm saying? Mermaids.
Mermaids.
Man, let's do this some
Eli.
other time. And yo, do you drink?
I don't.
You don't drink?
Nah.
Okay,
I
got
don't-
you.
No judgment
I was
though.
about to say no. I was
Yeah,
about
no
to say shit
judgment.
next time. You know what I mean? No, but thank you for coming, bro. Thank you for being
Man.
here. Where can people find you?
Man, I'm easy to find.
Online?
Online.
Yeah.
I'm RUSHDEE.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
On all the socials, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything is
Rushdee.
For sure.
Rushdee in the house.
RUSHDEE. Simple. One
Man.
word. Oh, let me say this.
Yeah.
Right? Because we manifesting that 100,000 people or more seeing this. My name, Rushdee, is one word. I hate when I see people is like Rush
Right.
D.
Right.
I hate it. Or like when somebody calls me like
Yeah.
D, they're like, yo, D. I hate that.
That's ugly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So please.
It's like, why are you getting
No
so comfortable?
yeah,
what?
no space.
Mira,
I
mira
hate that.
lo vamos a hacer en español. Is what it's gonna be. El Rushdee.
El Rushdee.
Rushdee.
El Rushdee.
It's a one
You
word.
sound Russian,
El
bro.
Rushdee.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dominican
El
name.
Rushdee.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry, everybody.
Nah, I appreciate
Well, you
y'all,
saw
man.
you saw the name tag up front. Or maybe you didn't
I
see
see
it.
that. I ain't pay attention.
We got it right. We got
You
it
know what
right
I'm saying?
because
Shout out to
we
y'all.
we professional around here, man. We
Yeah.
do. You know what we're doing,
Yeah.
man. Thank you, bro. Thank you for
Man,
coming.
Thank y'all.
Shout out to everybody sticking this long.
Shout out
if you
to
did,
everybody, man. Keep your eyes open, man. There's more to come. You know, we got the plug and play.
got the plug
We
and
got the
play.
hide
We
the
got the
aux.
hide the aux
You know what I'm
Latino.
saying?
We're gonna do. Hopefully, we can do something together with like a Afro beat kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Facts. Let's do all of that.
Hit all the
All
points.
of it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
This is just a small division in our empire.
Exactly.
So we doing everything. All things entertainment.
1000%.
You know what I'm saying? Be Genius, Secret Society. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, be genius.
Haha.
Yo, bye everybody.
All right, peace.
Society Sound Popcast.